Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. I am Ensign de la Baille, and today I will brief you on the transit of our ship Geprat between Madagascar and Muscat, Oman. Should you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them, and I will do my best to answer them to the best of my ability. With your permission, sir. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of May. It is now 1800 Charlie, and our latitude is about 15 degrees 15 minutes south. Our longitude is 43 degrees 23 minutes east, which is about 75 nautical miles northwest of the Madagascar coast, just at the mouth of the Canal of Mozambique. We departed from Réunion Island 5 days ago. We have followed a southwesterly route around Madagascar and then up the Canal of Mozambique, and we are now proceeding on a northeasterly course towards our next port of call, the port of Victoria and the Seychelles, which we should reach in about 2 days or so. As you can see on the left hand side, the ship has been cruising through a fair weather today. Wave height has not exceeded 2 meters in our transiting area, and the southeasterly winds have no impact on the schedule of events, even though they may limit our rib deployment capability. Tomorrow the situation will be slightly altered, since the sea state, currently at 4, moderate, will roughen to state 6, very rough, with wave heights of 4 to 5 meters over the next 12 to 16 hours. Wind force is expected to increase and back slightly to the east. The foreseeable impact of the weather on our operations is that none of the small boat, flight deck, and well deck operations can be safely conducted and should therefore be cancelled. What is more, given the degraded condition of our variable pitch propeller, our transit speed may be slightly reduced, as we will see shortly. The training ship survivability exercise scheduled for tomorrow morning should not be impacted by the sea condition. Over the course of our northbound transit, we will rendezvous with USS Ramage in Sea Area Sierra Bravo 1. She's an American Arleigh-Burke-class guided missile destroyer named after Vice Admiral Lawson P. Ramage, a notable submarine commander and Medal of Honor recipient in World War II. She has a full displacement of approximately 9,000 metric tons, a length overall of 154 meters, and a beam of 20 meters. Her top speed is 30 knots, and she has a maximum range of 4,400 nautical miles at 20 knots. Her armament includes 2 Mk-32 triple torpedo tubes, Tomahawk and ASROC missiles in vertical launch canisters located on her forecastle and afterdeck, and of course the famous Phalanx defense system. Even though she has no helicopter hangar, she currently has one SH-60 helicopter on board. She is currently proceeding eastward, escorting merchant vessel Alexander the Great, a Liberian VLCC that was attacked 2 days ago off the Somali coast. We are to take over the escort mission and ensure the vessel is safely navigated to Muscat, Oman, which is our scheduled destination. The other notable American ship in the area is USS Shiloh. She's a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser. She is commanded by Captain James T. Jones. She is now transiting the Red Sea southbound to join the other vessels within Task Force 151, conducting counter-piracy operations off the coast of Yemen, after which we believe she will be returning to the port of Yokosuka, Japan, her home port. She carries 2x61 vertical launch systems and can launch a variety of missiles, including Tomahawk, Harpoon, ASROC. She has light torpedo launch capability and is fitted with 2 Phalanx Seawees. Helos on board will be either 2 Sikorsky SH-60 or 2 Seahawks. On port in the area are Japanese destroyer Murazame, on call in Mombasa, Kenya until the 11th. She was conducting anti-submarine warfare training in the South Indian Ocean, and intelligence indicates she is now repairing a flaw in her air conditioning system. French oiler Meuse, on call at Kochi, India. Meuse is a part of our patrol force currently serving in the counter-piracy operations in the Indian Ocean. She's a Durance-class vessel with a full load displacement of almost 18,000 deadweight tons. She can cross 9,000 nautical miles at her transit speed of 15 knots. She is to leave Cauchy soon, since we have a replenishment at sea planned with her on the 14th. Lastly, British Type 23 frigate Northumberland. She has been deployed along the coast of Yemen for 3 weeks and is scheduled to arrive at Dubai in 2 days. She will be on call there until the 17th, after which intelligence indicates she will be conducting a maritime patrol mission in the Strait of Hormuz under national tasking. As I have mentioned, our first en route event will be a training ship survivability exercise scheduled for tomorrow morning at 0800 local. This is a major survivability drill, and the whole ship will be required to participate unless otherwise stated. The scenario is that of a damage control procedure after a missile impact on the ship. Lieutenant Dupont will conduct a specific brief in just about 10 minutes. Our ETA to Victoria is currently scheduled for 1200 Delta on the 11th. Spare parts for our defective VHF antenna have been delivered and will be installed during the call. However, because of social unrest on the island over the past 2 weeks, it is likely that we are not able to replenish our fuel bunkers and JP5. This is why a replenishment at sea is scheduled for the 14th in the early afternoon. Because night falls quickly when moving eastward, the timing may be a bit tight, and I would like to stress the need to be ahead of or on schedule. The next event will be a gunnery exercise on the 15th at 1000 Delta. Lieutenant Jawen is in charge of the exercise and will brief us on the previous day at 1700 local. SCPO Ryu is in charge of preparing the TK floating targets and will report directly to Lieutenant Jawen by 1200 Delta on the 14th. We will then transit to our rendezvous with USS Ramage and merchant vessel Alexander the Great. The VLCC's propulsion system has been damaged during her attack by Somali pirates 2 days ago. It seems they entangled a wire around her propeller in an attempt to stop her, damaging one of her propeller shafts and breaking one of the blades of the propeller on the other shaft. She is now limited to a top speed of 5 to 6 knots. We are to rendezvous with them, relieve USS Ramage of the escort mission, and accompany the tanker to Muscat. Because of that, the fire drill that was initially planned for the 16th has been rescheduled to a later date, and no exercise will be conducted during the last 2 days of our transit. During those 2 days, all hands will be at general quarters. An announcement on 1MC will signal the beginning and the end of general quarters. We should be entering the port of Muscat on the 18th at 1700 Delta. I will make sure pilot and tug arrangements have been made and will report back to you ASAP, and in any case before next Tuesday, the 16th. To conclude, let's have a quick look at the logistics. As you can see, our diesel, JP5, gasoline and water, as well as food supplies, are well below our captain's standing orders. As I said earlier, replenishment of our water and food supplies is scheduled during our call in the Seychelles. However, because there have been riots and strikes in the Seychelles caused by social unrest, we may not be able to replenish our fuel, JP5, and gasoline. However, as I mentioned, a replenishment at sea is already scheduled for the 14th and will be cancelled if it is no longer required. As you can see on the situation of personnel, 5 of our NCOs are temporarily on sick leave. They are Master Chief Legois, who is on the engineering department, Senior Chief Le Troidec and Chief Le Guilic, who are adjutants in charge of the cadets that we currently have on board, and Chief Petty Officers Durand and Dupont, who are one of our cooks and one of our damage control specialists, respectively. As we have 6 extra NCOs assigned on board the ship at the moment, this will have no impact on our mission. The extra 2 officers currently assigned to the ship are a divisional officer and a language instructor for the midshipmen on training. As for the 8 seamen on sick leave, this is due to food poisoning. They seem to have eaten in the same restaurant on the Réunion Island, and they probably should not have. We have received a confirmation that they are recovering and will be back on board at the Seychelles. Again, redundancy will ensure that their temporary absence will have very limited impact on the daily duties of the crew that everybody is expected to accomplish, and no impact on the ship's mission. Altogether, there are currently 153 personnel on board, which includes 14 cadets. To conclude, concerning the equipment, our variable pitch propeller motor on port side is 25% degraded. This means that we will be burning 6% more fuel than we normally do. This will have no immediate impact and will be repaired in the Seychelles. As for number 2 main engine, our chief engineer says our maximum speed will be limited to 12 knots until repair in the Seychelles. Our VHF antenna is out of commission, but as previously mentioned, a spare one is already waiting for us in the Seychelles. This completes my brief. If you have any questions, I will be glad to answer them.